Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It's Beat the Book. As always, I am your boy Big Out Better. In today's video, we got more NBA playoff games to go through. We're going to recap the two games that happened earlier tonight. Then I'm going to give you my picks for tomorrow's games. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, I take about the first 3 to 5 minutes. It's only going to be about probably 3 minutes in this game to go over how our bets went for the night, and then we'll be hopping into tomorrow's bets. If you guys could, just like and subscribe. It always does help the channel. I appreciate you guys for riding with us. It's been awesome lately. We've been picking up a bunch more subs, so really cool. But anyway, without wasting too much time, thank you for coming back, and let's hop into this how last night's bet, this earlier tonight's bets went, I guess. First game we had Warriors Rockets. Over under was set to a 3.5, and the Warriors Rockets, the spread was 4 points. Rockets were favored by 4. Warriors were +4. I was on the under because every game except for one in this series had been under this number. Maybe they had one that was 204, but right around this number. And then we were on the Warriors +4 because it felt like a pretty good amount of points for how good these games have been. Obviously, we should have known the book was trying to okie doke us and get us on the Warriors, but the Rockets ended up winning this one pretty handily. They won by 15. There were a couple times in the fourth quarter where Steve Kerr pulled the starters. He didn't have them play any of the fourth quarter, and they got the game down to 11 points. And I was like, yo, there's still 7 minutes left in this quarter. Like, you could just throw Steph and the boys in and, see if they can hit a couple threes, get on a run here. But Steve Kerr didn't do that, and then with it getting back to 11 points, the Rockets coach, Ime Udoka, he put all his boys back in. So Sengun came back in, Van Fleet, Dylan Brooks, all the guys came back in. And they still, kind of like it was back and forth, and then the Warriors ended up losing by 15. But it was kind of a smart play by Coach Steve Kerr. I don't know if that was his plan, but it ended up all the Warriors starters played about 20 minutes, and all the Rockets starters ended up playing about 30, and some of them even played. I think Sengun played 32 because they went back in for that last 5-6 minutes because the game looked like it might be teetering. So. Kind of smart by Steve Kerr if that was the plan, because now you've got the Rockets players who are going to be coming back into that, playing an extra 5, 6, 7 minutes than your starters did. They all get a rest. Jimmy's obviously banged up. Steph's banged up. So kind of smart by Steve if that was like a plan. But yeah, so we miss on both those bets. That's not fun. As far as the 4-pick parlay went, we had Jimmy Butler 30+ points plus assists. He'd done this in every game. Terrible game from Jimmy, 2 of 10 from the field. Just not. The Warriors just didn't play well. And then Steph 4 threes, that doesn't hit. Dylan Brooks 15+ points plus rebounds, that does cash. And then we had Sengun 32+ points plus rebounds, but he only had 15 points and 9 rebounds, so that's 24 PNR. So unfortunately that doesn't cash either. So that parlay's dead. Moving on to the second game. We had the Timberwolves and the Lakers. Obviously, the spread in this one was 5.5, favoring the Lakers. I think the whole world expected the Lakers to come through and win this game, force a Game 6, potentially a Game 7. That does not happen. Timberwolves won this pretty handily. They ended up winning by 6 or 7. So we were on the T-Wolves plus 5.5, which is a good look by us. I almost took the Lakers, and if you guys watched my video yesterday, I was saying about the T-Wolves. I was like, we're gonna take the T-Wolves plus 5.5, even though it's seemingly not it. I thought the Lakers would win as well, but I was hoping that if they did win, it'd be 2 or 3 points, and they didn't even win the game. So plus 5.5 cashes for us. That's really nice. As far as the over/under, it was really low, 209. So I was on the over. That one did not happen, and it was kind of sucky because the first half they get to 110, and then I'm like, oh, this is great. Like, you guys just got to score 100 points, and you're going to hit the over for us. And then, the third quarter comes and goes, and they only scored like 47 points. And then in the last quarter, they only scored like another 47, so we end up missing it. But still an enjoyable game to watch. If you guys did watch it, the Lakers, man, they just did not look good, which that brings us into the 4-pick parlay. We actually had a 5-pick parlay for this, and I took a lot of minus 200 odds things in this because it's 5 picks that pays a plus 800. I bet all these lines singly because I felt so good about it. We had Anthony Edwards, 6+ rebounds. He hits that. We had Luka Doncic, 30+ points. He ends at 28. Just like ridiculous. Austin Reeves, 4 assists. He ends at 2. Okay. Julius Randle, 30+ points, rebounds, and assists. He cashes. He had 32. He came through for us right at the end of the game because he ended up getting some free throws. And then LeBron James, 45+ PRA. He got to 35, I think. Like, just a bad game from LeBron. Like I said, if you guys watch this game, Luka gets hurt right before halftime. He kind of goes back to the locker room. He fell and hurt his back. Kind of an awkward angle. He was at 19 or 20 points when that happened, I believe. And then Um, Reeves just never looked comfortable. I mean, the guy took 10 threes, made like 2 of them. And then LeBron, I don't know where this guy was. Fourth quarter, he doesn't score anything, and then he makes a 3, and it's like, oh, LeBron, first points of the fourth quarter. I'm like, dude, like, I kept waiting because LeBron was playing so passive for the whole game, and I'm like, okay, he's saving his energy. He's going to take over in the fourth, take over in the fourth. And then fourth starts, and he's in there, and he's just kind of still playing passive. I was like, okay, he's going to wait for 5 minutes, and he's going to explode. I just think their legs were dead, man. I don't know. There was no fight. There was no killer in them. They just sort of gave up. I mean, they had the game to 3 points, 2 points. They had a lead a couple different times, and it's like, dude, just stomp on him. Too many trying to chuck up a 3. Luka had this play, and he could have just dropped it in, and he rolls it, and then he turns to the ref because he thought he got bumped, and he's asking for a foul. It's like, dude, play, like, try to play, get your own rebound, dude. Like, why are you just sitting there, like, and it misses, and you're like, ref, call. It's like, if they didn't call it, they're not gonna just call it because you go, I don't know. I just, like, it was just frustrating to watch because you're sitting there, and like I said, I even had the Wolves as a ticket, but I wanted the over, and it's like you're sitting there, and then obviously we had all these prop bets open, and it's like, dude, like, stop bricking threes, and LeBron, get in the paint, dude. You're 6'10", 250, 260 pounds. Get in there, Bob. And so anyway, I just think they were out of energy. So yeah, unfortunate night. But yeah, let's enough about the games we didn't hit. Let's head to the games that are being getting played here in the next, I don't know, 15 hours, 12 hours from whenever you guys are probably watching this. But we got 2 games on the docket. We got Knicks Pistons game 5, game 6. It's 3-2 in that series. And then we've got Nuggets Clippers game 6. Now, obviously, guys, if you guys have been tuning in, Nuggets Clippers has been a great series. So anyway, first game of the night is Knicks Pistons. We're going to hop into that. The over-under set at 212.5. And the spread's pretty good. Oh, let me switch the screen here so you guys can see. I use DraftKings, so I got the web page pulled up here. Let's head back to the main page. Bada bing. Here we go. So we got Knicks Pistons. 1.5 is the spread. Over under is 212.5. Now, this is exactly what happened last time they played in Detroit. The Pistons were favorited. They're -2. We were on them. They lost. Okay. They've lost both home games. They've been favored, I think, in both of them. I could look back through the book to find out for sure, but I know for sure they were favored in one of them, and I took them because I was like they were kind of doing their thing in New York, so they should do it again. They lost. So anyway. There's 2 ways you can look at this game, and it's kind of up to you guys how you're going to do it. I'll tell you how I'm going to play it, but it's up to you guys how you see the game going. So, this is basically a pick'em game, right? +1.5, -1.5. So, my thesis with the spread ties in with the over/under. In the games that have gone over, there's been 2 games that have gone over in this series. Those games were won by the Knicks. The under games were won by the Pistons. So, and the Knicks won an under game too. But it's like if you think the Knicks are gonna win, so you take the Knicks +1.5, then I think you have to be on the over. If you think the Pistons are gonna win, I think you're on the under. The Pistons are gonna play great defense. The Knicks are gonna get tired and not make enough shots, and then the Pistons will sneak away with the win, but will stay under just because they're gonna keep the Knicks from hitting shots near the end of the game. If you think it's going to be the Knicks are going to get a big lead. Pistons are going to try to play catch up. Right? So that's how I see this thing playing. So we're going to be on the Pistons -1.5, and because of that, we're going to be on the under. I don't fault you at all if you're on the Knicks here and you think they're just going to close it out. But I always watch the TNT, post-game show with Chuck and Ernie and Kenny and Shaq, and I don't remember who it was on the panel, but they were like, I don't think Detroit's going to lose all 3 home games. And that's what I'm kind of with that. The odds of losing all 3 of your home games are just not that high, I don't think. So I think Detroit holds them off here, is able to get the job done. So I like the -1.5. If this line switches by the time I get to the book to make the bet, that'd be cool. And you get Detroit +1.5 because so much money came in on New York. But I like the Pistons -1.5. And because of that, like I said, I'm going to be on the under. If you're flipped and you like the other way, no shame in that. These are close lines. That's why they're -110. There's no switching around. Normally, like on this next game, you got a -105, -115. That shows you the way the book's kind of leaning. This is dead center, just -110. So, no shame, no blame. If you guys are on the other side of it, that's just where I am at with how I see these games kind of playing out. So, without wasting too much more time, let's hop into this 4-pick parlay situation. I'm going to keep this super simple. We're going to take the stars, and we're going to take the kind of sidekicks, if you will. So, Start with the sidekicks. Josh Hart played. He's had an incredible series. We're taking for 25 plus points, rebounds, and assists. And Tobias Harris, we're going to take for 25 plus points, rebounds, and assists. Now, as you guys know, I do all this research. I've got for all the games in this series, Josh Hart has hit 25. He had, or I guess all but one of the games. He had a 22 in there, 26, 26, 29, and 28. So those are kind of his numbers as far as PRA for the series. So only one game has he not hit this. And then for Tobias Harris, he's done it in the last... He's done it in 4 of the 5 as well. He had a 29 game. He had a 31 game. He had an 11 game, which is his one under. And then he had a 26, and he had a 27. So 25 for both of those boys feels pretty good. And then we're going to take Cade Cunningham for 40-plus PRA. And we're going to take Jalen Brunson 40-plus PRA. Jalen Brunson had gone for 40-plus PRA in every game in this series except for the last game. And then Cade Cunningham, he's gone for this number in all but, I think, every game also. 31, 42, 33, 40, 45, yeah, 45, 21, 32, 30, he had 139 PRA game, and that was the first game in the series. So both these dudes have only missed it one time. All 4 of these guys have only missed their numbers that we're taking them for one time in the series. So we just play the consistency game on that. This thing's a plus 700 over on DraftKings. So once again, Josh Hart 25 plus PRA, Tobias Harris 25 plus PRA, Cade Cunningham 40 plus PRA, and Jalen Brunson 40 plus PRA. The thing I love about PRA, they don't even need to get it by points. If they're just cold from the field, tons of rebounds and dishing the ball, the assist, right? And all, like, Cade and Brunson are capable of, not scoring a lot of points, and then in the fourth quarter, they're like, give me the ball. Brunson's going to go get 12 extra, and he'll end with 26 points, and then Cade can be like, give me the ball, and go get another 12 or 15 points, and he ends at 30 points, and it's like, that's really awesome. So that's what I like. Hopefully we cash that one. We haven't hit a 4-pick in a while. We had 2 plus 500s we hit earlier on, but that was like almost 2 weeks ago at this point in the first couple games of the game 1s and 2s. So anyway, moving on to the second game of the night. We got the Nuggets taking on the Clippers. This has been the best series to watch. It's just been awesome basketball. The last game was kind of a blowout. 131, 115, I believe was the final score. Yeah, just the Nuggets, I mean, they put it on the Clippers, right? They came out hot. Westbrook couldn't miss. Jamal Murray couldn't miss, man. The guy missed 2 shots. He was 10 of 12 shots at one point late in the third quarter, and it was like every time he pulled up, it was just twine. The guy was just on fire. So I don't know if he's going to do that again, but for this game, over-under set at 211.5. We'll start with that. I like the over in this spot. My theory there, we had a bunch of under games. We had the first game that was over because it went to overtime. Then we had an under game, and then I believe another under game. Then we had our over game, and that was just the last one they played. And I think they might have just run out of gas trying to play this much defense, man. When you're playing all this aggressive defense, it's easier to just be like, I don't have the energy for it, and then the shots start to fall a little easier. So I don't know how intense the defense is going to be after that game the other night. So I kind of like the over here. I think these guys are just going to be shooting, and they're not going to be playing as intense of defense. So that's my theory there. As far as the spread goes, all the games except for this, well, there's been 2. There's the one the Clippers won by, it was 117-98, I think. And then there's this one now that the Nuggets won it by 15 or whatever the final score was. So aside from those, all the games have been 1-point games. So each team's blowing each other out once. I think we get back to a game that ends with a dunk by Gordon at the buzzer or with a fadeaway by Kawhi or something like that. So I like the plus 6.5 here. I just think it's a lot of points for 2 teams that have had 3 of their 5 games go right down to the wire. So I like the plus 6.5 here, and I like the over to 11.5. As far as 4-pick parlay in this one, kind of went a little back and forth on what to pick for this one, but we're gonna stick with Jamal Murray, 20-plus points. He's in every game except for one in the series. Then we're going to take Norman Powell, 23-plus points, rebounds, and assists. He has done that. He didn't do it for the first 2 games of the series where they were in Denver. Then when they got to LA, he did it in both games against in LA. And then they went back to Denver, and he doesn't do it again. So I think at home he'll do it. So I like that. As far as Jokic, our next line for Jokic, triple-double. Here's some fun stats for you guys. He's already had, what is it? Is it 2 or 3 triple doubles in this series? Yeah, he's already had 3 triple doubles in this series, and the other 2 games where he didn't have a triple double, he missed it. In game 1, he missed it by 1 assist or one rebound. He had 29 points, 9 rebounds, 12 assists. And then game 3, was it game 3? No, game 4, 36 points, 21 rebounds, 8 assists. He missed it by 2 rebounds. So a total of 3 combined rebounds and assists and away from triple doubling the whole series. So we're going to take him to get another triple double. And then our final pick is going to be Kawhi Leonard, 35 plus PRA. He's done this in every game except for one on the series. He had a game where he only got like 30, I think, and it was game 1. Every other game he's gone over this number, and then in game 2 he had 39 points. So he's capable of, if he's just like, yo, give me the ball, I'm the claw, let's go get it, he could put up 30 points easily, and he's been active in the assists and in the rebound side of things too. I mean, he was one rebound, I think it was one rebound short of a triple double in the last game they just played that they got bodied in. So yeah, that's what we like there. So just to recap, that's Jamal Murray 20 points, Norman Powell 23 plus points, rebounds, and assists, Nikola Jokic a triple double, and Kawhi Leonard, yawn, frick, 35 plus points, rebounds, and assists. That pays plus 675 over on DraftKings. So pretty solid. They're both pretty close. The first one's a plus 700. The second one's a plus 675. And then, as you guys know, for our final pick here, I'm going to build this for you guys. We take one pick from each game. So for this one, we're going to adjust the lines we're taking a little bit. So for the first game, we're going to go in here. Let me switch the screen. I like doing this big screen for you guys. We're going to go over here. We're taking player combos. We're going to find Jalen Brunson, and we're going to just take him for his line's 40, and that's what we're taking in the main game, right? We're going to click it up 45, right? He's done this in a bunch of games, and he did that in the home games against these guys. So, or in the road games. In Detroit, he did this both games. So I expect him to kind of go do it again, and it's juiced pretty nicely, right? So that's what we like there. Then for the last game, we're just going to go to something that's been tried and true and happened a bunch, right? We're going Jamal Murray 21 plus points. This line moved again because when I had it earlier it was plus 501, but that's a plus 457 over on DraftKings. Let's see here. 21 plus, his over under was 20 and a half. It still is. Okay, there you go. So if you go to the over under, don't take his line in the player points at 21. Go to the over under 20 and a half, and it's minus 110. So you get a touch better odds there because this over here is minus 120. So go take him on the over under, and you get the odds bumped to plus 501. So that's Jamal Murray over 20 and a half points. Jalen Brunson 45 plus points, rebounds, and assists. That plays out plus 501 over on DraftKings. You got to kind of love it. I know that I do, and I'll be betting it. And it'd be sweet to hit all 3 of these. That's a plus 700, plus 675, plus 501. Not a big deal, really. We're kind of due. We've had so many that are 3-1, 3-1. We hit 3 of the legs, we miss on the 4th. Or even on these ones where we have 2 or 3 games, we hit on 1, miss on the other, hit on 2, miss on 1. So we're sort of due. And that is pretty much all I got for you guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, what you guys are rolling with, if you got some things I'm overlooking, if you got some lines you've been playing in these series that you're like, yo, this has hit every time, or this has hit a lot. I've barely missed on this, I've missed on that. Always love to hear from you guys, get some more inspiration on some things you guys are looking at. But anyway, as always, thank you guys for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace. Find the button.